Tips and Tricks by Vern Tardel. These are just some of the things that he's learned over the 45 years that he's been working on Fords and Ford flatheads and builds of all kinds. This particular segment is about bearing race removal. That tricky race that's in the rear axle housing. There are some tricks to doing it. You have the rear end, and what you're going to need to do is pull that rear end apart. You're going to have to pull the axle housings off. And once you pull the axle housing off, you're going to find inside a bearing race. It's a very thin race and difficult to pull. Vern has come up with a little trick. He cuts a bolt or a piece of steel rod the exact size of the inner diameter. Then what he's going to do is he's going to weld that bolt or rod in place, being very careful not to weld any part of the housing. Just weld that bolt to the race. Set it in place, holding it with a pair of pliers, wire welder, stick welder, either one will work. Just be careful. Put it in place, tack it, and then once it's tacked in place, you can put a much better bead on each side, making sure that it's got a good grip on that race. Then it's going to be a simple matter of using a puller, pulling on that bolt or rod, and that bearing race is going to come right out. It's a simple process. Do it right, be safe, and that's the tip for the day.